someone dropping. Unfortunately. Okay. So, all right. What did you want to say? I can't remember what I want to say. Something. Yes, this one. The Thomason. You know much about the very famous Chinese Zen master named Sekto Kisen. Once someone just asked him what Buddha is. Then his answer is the sky never interrupt for the cloud to float. See? Sky never interrupt for the sky, for the cloud to float. See? That is true ourselves. Whatever thinking or thought come out in our minds. We never interrupt. The mind, the thinking or thought coming up in our mind. Just simply release them. This is a Buddha. Okay, just check what you are doing right now. See? The will of Buddha. Or the existence of a Buddha. The reality of a Buddha is whatever thinking just come up in your mind. See? Simply release them as it is. This is a Buddha. See? This is a Buddha. So just check it. Just check it. What are you doing right now? See? If you can completely do it, so no problem at all. You're gonna be Buddha. Without any the trouble question at all. As I just always mentioned about, see, thinking and thought, just come out, without any reason. So we don't need to care much about it. We don't need to care much about them. Without anything, just like a bubble in the river, without reason, just come out. So we don't need to just take care of it at all. Simply release them as it is, that's the total enough. That's the real Buddha. That's the real Buddha. So as I just mentioned, you'll be easily you'll be able to easily check what kind of the things you are doing right now. See, simply you can check it. Okay. Then, if you are the kind of person who just take care of much the thinking yourself, see, that's causing trouble. So you just release. See, you just release the thinking yourself as it is. This is total enough. This is the total enough. You can do it by yourself. Sometimes you have a question or what, so just ask. That is a total enough. You can do it by yourself. That's easy. So we go back to text. Today is number one. What's Jinen Roshi just teachers. This is a number one. This is a very important thing for us to realize who we are. You see, these things is you might have to just understand what are the procedure, what you are doing with the thinking or thoughts coming up in your mind without any reason. See, if you can just sincerely, if you can just understand this, you'll be able to do that. See, you'll be able to do. You'll be able to do that. Otherwise, you are just quite far away from what the Shakyamuni Buddha or patriarchs just did. That doesn't. So this is very important. So, what the Jinen Roshi just teach us, text number one, breaking off the roots of the soul. Is this understandable? Even what it is, what it is. See? Eliminating the original thought. Very understandable. What it is say? What it is saying is that it is saying. What people thinking about us, thinking of soul. What do people thinking about the thinking soul? Because there is kind of a self, or kind of ego existing in this body, Then that person just think of what he want to do, what he have to do. Then thinking also to come out. See, this is a totally misunderstanding. This is totally misunderstanding. This one, what you think about the body is not about what you're thinking about. Thinking of this body is a Dharma body, not a human body. Never be deceived by thinking so. This is the Dharma body. This is a completely empty. This one is completely empty. Nothing what you are thinking about the self or ego exists. Totally far beyond. This one is totally far beyond what you think about. Think of the self, or ego. This is a Dharma body. So basically, fundamentally, people are totally misunderstood. Totally misunderstand. The people just think about this is myself. This is ourselves. People think of it. This is a kind of empty one. You see? Or you may say Dharma body, not the human body. See, that's much the basic, fundamental people are just misunderstood about ourselves. See? So we have to just we have to just correct this misunderstanding. And that is Zazen. Totally different. This way is a Dharma body, not the human body. Okay. So what are the Jinen Roshi teachers saying? There is something called the roots of thought. See, roots of thought. what it is. so, see, as I just mentioned about, see, thinking or thought, just simply come out in your mind without any reason. This is an essential thing. This is essential. Without what you thinking of the self, this is thinking also just come out. Just come out. Totally fantastic. See? Without what you think about the self or you, just come out. See? Without any reason. When I face this, see? Thinking just come out. When I face this, thinking just come out. Well, thinking may not come out. See, that is the activity of thinking also. That's it. It's a totally different from what the people thinking of. Thinking of the thinking also. See? So never be deceived by your thinking also. When I face this, I simply become as it is. See? This is the activity. This is a function of eyes. Our activity of eyes. When I clap my hand, you simply become sound. This sound itself without doing anything. Why do you have to be? Very simple. without any reason, without doing anything, simply just become as it is. See? Look at this. Look at this very carefully. You know? There is nothing concerned with what you think about self-ego. Never interrupt. See? Simply become as it is. See? There is no gap. There is no gap. There is no gap. See? As it is. That's the reason. Because there is no gap. There is nothing. That is nothing concerned with what we think about the self-ego. This is not this activity or this activity is nothing concerned with. See what we think of the self-ego. what you think about the self-ego never enter this moment. So people don't know much about. That's the reason people have to be confused. Well, people don't know much about this reality. Yeah. This is a Dharma activity. See? Nothing concerned with activity of what you thinking about the self-ego. This is more you may say, oh, as the master doing the teachers, our activity, our truth, our essential self is complete and universal. Our activity is complete and universal. This is a universal activity, not the human being activity. Very good. Very good. there is something called the roots of thought. Okay. Then see, when I just clap my hands, something like this, and you simply just become it is the sound itself. Then completely end. Nothing left at all. That's it. Then this see, recognition, function of recognition, just come out. Then recognize the sound, and then when as I already mentioned, when I just recognize this, at the same time you recognize this. See, otherwise you recognize this. See, this is a function of recognition. When you just recognize this, the same time you just recognize this. Otherwise, you never be able to just recognize what it is. This is kind of tricky activity. Very, very swiftly just happen. So when you recognize this, then same time, almost same time you just recognize this. Then there is a certain separation between this and this. Before you recognize this, there is no separation between this and this. This is the roots of the thought. Before you recognize this, there is no separation, no roots of thought or thinking, as it is. Then you recognize this. At the same time, you recognize this. See? Then there is certain separation between this and this. Before recognition, there is nothing exists. Nothing exists. Because no separation. As it is, oneness. You never just recognize what oneness is, because one. See? The things you can just recognize is the kind of separation between this and this. Then you will be able to recognize what it is. See? Otherwise, you never be able to recognize the things. Very how do you do it? Okay. There is something called the roots of thought. See? Before roots of the thought come out in your mind, we never have any trouble with thinking. We never have a question trouble, the problem at all. Well, even the kind of roots of we may say roots of thought or thinking. Although roots of thought never exist, that's a creation of a thinking. See? That's kind of the kind of substance or entity. Substance or entity of roots of thought or thinking never exists. That's a creation of a thinking. Once you recognize this, then at the same time, almost same time, you recognize this as I am, as ourselves. See, before you recognize this, this will never exist. So that's the reason we have to do Zazen. We have to do Zazen. You completely just release the way of thinking or thought as it is, then you just dropped away at the dropped away at the before. Then you'll be able to understand. You'll be just realize what's the roots of thought. See, otherwise you never be able to realize what the roots of thought is. So that's the reason we have to do that. Totally, we totally forget about the thinking of thought. Totally thinking of thought just completely ceased. In other words, completely disappeared. Thinking and the thought completely disappeared. Then you will recognize what the roots of the thought is. Okay. There is something called the roots of thought. As I said, even the roots of thought is a creation of a thinking. So you don't need to worry about. You don't need to worry about. If you completely just release the thinking, so the roots of thought, the roots of thought or thinking also disappears. Whatever we do, we can't get rid of it. Yeah, this is a whole problem. A whole problem for human beings. So the people are just struggling. People are just struggling with this, only this. All the people just try to do anything by thinking. So the more you do, the more you'll be confused. This is a source of struggling of human beings. They trying to do by thinking of so cause us trouble, question, problem. Only this. However, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for human beings, for us not to deal with the thinking or so. See, simply the thinking also just come out in your mind. People hold it, grip it, and try to just deal with it. Try to care much about it. You see, this kind of a habit. This is a kind of habitual things that people always do. This causes us trouble question. Shakyamuni Buddha just realized this. This is a great thing. So we simply just release thinking and so as it is. This is totally enough. See, but people are just worried about it. Oh, the releasing the thinking of thought. Wow, if I do it, I may be totally confused. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. See, as long as you just take care of the thinking, so it's caused us trouble. Only that's one. The reality is entirely different from what we think of. So that's the reason it's very difficult for us to just release the thinking and thought as it is. But that is Zaba. We just completely release the thinking and thought This is a practice. This is a practice. Although it's very difficult to do, but just do it. if you just sincerely wanna encounter to yourself, only this way you'll be able to encounter to yourself. You see, as I also mentioned about our true self is a totally different from what we think of the self or ego. That's reason Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just recommended us to do that. You see, our essential self, self is complete and universal. See, entirely different from what we think of the self or ego. That's really we have to do. Okay, we can get rid of it. When we are children, we unknowingly take it for granted. See? What's happened is when you are mother's body, then come out the kind of a space. Then up until see, although this time the function of recognition is provided, but it doesn't work until the time comes. Before time comes, although kind of the function of recognition is provided, but it doesn't work. So, you know much about the children. They don't know much about the separation between the things themselves. Oneness, complete oneness. So the children doesn't have any trouble, because the function of recognition doesn't work. Then time comes, then you recognize the things. At the same time, you recognize this one. Japanese says monokuro. I don't know much about what you call it, but this moment, this time, exactly at the count. As long as we are just because we are just human beings. See? This time just come. Then you recognize this. At the same time, you recognize this. See? This is the beginning of the suffering of human being. At this moment, you recognize this, and then you recognize this. Before this moment, or before this time, there is no separation, because the function of recognition doesn't work. Even that kind of thing provided, but it doesn't work. Then after that, you are trying to do anything by thinking or so. See, you just always try to do anything by thinking or so. It causes us trouble, question. You see, without thinking, as I just mentioned about, as the Master Dogen just teaches, our activity, our essential truth is complete and universal. So we don't need to do anything. See, by thinking ourselves. We don't need to do anything because we are completely in the universe. But people don't know much about this reality. So people just try to do anything by thinking ourselves. It's caused us trouble. That's the reason. They must do with the teacher. Simply just release. Just simply release. Whatever just but this whatever thinking or thought coming out in your mind. Simply release it. Then as they because we don't need to we don't need to use or use it. We don't need to take make use of the thinking or thought. Although we don't deny thinking or thought, but for time being, if you just wanna just realize who you are, for time being, you simply release the thinking or thought. You don't need to worry about them because our activity is nothing concerned with thinking or thought. Our activity is nothing concerned with what we think of the self or ego. Simply just act. Simply, we just says, I'm just talking. I'm talking without what we have to. Without what I want to say or what I have to say. Just come out without thinking. This is such a perfect, complete, and wondrous. See? Not we think about the self, completely different. So we have to just we have to realize what this one is, who we are. We have to just realize who we are. This one is nothing concerned with what we thinking of the self. That's the okay. Whatever we do, we can't get rid of it. When we are children, we unknowingly take it for granted. There is nothing we can do about it because without awareness, people just think of this one as the self, as ourself. Totally misunderstanding. People don't know much about it. As I just mentioned, this one is not a human body. This is Dharma body. This one is completely empty. Because this one is completely empty. So everything just come on. Everything just comes. Because this one is empty. If you're kind of a solid kind of solid things, things never come out. See, this one is a totally empty, huge one. This one is such a huge emptiness, huge empty. This is the whole universe. Whole universe is coming. Everything that's coming. Yeah. This year is such a incredible, uncountable, container, minus. See, because empty container, empty. So everything just comes without doing anything. These kind of things people just have. So people don't need to worry about anything. This is such a huge, you see. since we don't know that we have been deceived, exactly, people never understand. People never know much about we have been, the people just been deceived by thinking a sort of a concept, whatever. Completely deceived by thinking ourselves. There is no way to know how to eliminate it, unfortunately. But fortunately, it doesn't. Fortunately, it doesn't. If you do that, yeah, as I just mentioned, what that is, whatever the thinking or the thought come out in your mind, simply release as well. So the more you do this, the more thinking or thought never bother you. Yeah, the more you just become as it is. See? Without thinking, without interrupting, the thinking or thought. Simply as it is. Before recognize this, see, we are completely as it is. We are completely as it is. Almost same time you recognize this. There is certain separation between this and this. That is a thinking. That's happening after recognition. This is not a truth. That's the reason Jinen Roshi teacher never be deceived by thinking ourselves. See, we are completely deceived. We are completely deceived by thinking ourselves. So we don't know much about what reality is, but who we are. This misunderstanding causes us trouble, question, suffering. Okay. Very simple. Very simple. Without this misunderstanding, we don't have without this misunderstanding, there is nothing. We just think of the suffering, problem, question, trouble. We are completely satisfied. We are completely satisfied with right now, right here. Completely satisfied with nothing trouble at all. The thing is, we are completely separate from everything. See, we are completely separate from everything. And then we are everything. although we are everything, but we are completely separate from everything. That's the true ourselves. This is the true ourselves. Okay. Have to eliminate it. But very fortunately, doesn't you will be able to eliminate this misunderstanding. So that's the reason Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just recommend us to do that. Only that you'll be able to do it. The Shakyamuni Buddha saw it clearly. The first person who realized this reality, this truth, is Shakyamuni Buddha. When he just look at the Mars, when he just look at the Mars, he entirely become one with the Mars. It's totally become Mars itself. there is no separation. See, when I feel stillness, I simply just become as it is, without anything interrupting. Ah, see? This reality shall come to me. Full reality. And this reality, this truth. Even I just mentioned about it, people don't know much what it is. What it is. Although the people just acting, well, acting as the Shakyamuni Buddha realized always. But people never understand what the Shakyamuni Buddha, what Shakyamuni Buddha realized, even in concept. Totally miserable, totally miserable. Okay. The Shakyamuni Buddha saw it clearly, as it is. No doubt at all. No doubt at all. No question at all. Just as it is. Become, see, once we just become one, see? Once we just realize oneness, see, then you will be able to say, just as it is, no problem, no question at all, no trouble at all, no suffering, because of one, because as it is. Very, very great. Shakyamuni Buddha's realization is so great. See, without any question, doubt, or trouble at all. Completely, completely what other people think, oh, the trouble or the questions that are completely disappear. Right. That's the reason we have to do that. When we drink tea, see, when we drink tea, you have the taste of tea. This is very simple, but the people never understand this. Very unfortunate. You see, when you drink tea, you just become the taste of tea. That's the reason you just know much about, even you know much about the taste of tea in concept. Because you totally become the taste of itself. Otherwise, you never be able to just know much about what taste of tea is. Because you just, because you the taste of the tea itself. That's the reason you know much about the taste of tea. You never be able to just, you never be able to know much about the taste of tea by thinking or thought. You understand. So when I say this is a book, this is people okay, this is a book, no doubt at all. Then when I say this is yourself, this is yourself, the people say crazy, crazy, totally, lack of everything. See, oh, this one never be changed. When I say this is a bird, okay. When I say this is yourself, people say, oh, afraid of it. But this will never change. This will never change. Why? This will never be concerned with what kind of the thinking or thought, concept, or words or letters. Nothing concerned. Because only people just care much about thinking or so what comes. That's why people are deceived. This one never said, I am a book. This one never said so. People call it a book. People just call it book. But this one never said, I am book. I am Tom and Betty, Tom and Jerry, you know. Yeah. See? Never be deceived by thinking. See? What you're thinking about the reality is completely different from the real things. You see? So that's reason. That's reason we have to realize what truth is. But truth is thinking a thought is not a truth. Is not a truth. That's a creation. That's a creation of us thinking ourselves. That is not a truth. See? That's the reason, as I just said, only the first person who realize that what the truth is, what the truth is the Shakyamuni Buddha. Then Shakyamuni Buddha just teach us how to just realize what the truth is. That is Zazen. So only Zazen, only Zazen, you can just realize the truth of everything. Truth of everything. What people thinking about the reality, what the reality is, that's a misconception. Misconception. Totally different. That's the reason we have to do it. Okay. Always. Oh, what time? Oh, so still, but it's all that. Even okay. So look at yourself. Here is a way to save others. This is the only way to be saved. There is no other way. Once you realize who you are, who you are. So, as I just mentioned, you are completely satisfied with everything. So, you feel that completely ease with everything. I understand completely. So then you'll be able to know much about it. You'll be able to understand how we'll be able to save others. Because fundamentally, essentially, we are exactly same. We are exactly same, no different level. Why is it is when I just grab them? People just gathering 100 billion people. Without doing 100 billion people just become different. No exception at all. 100 billion people just become this sum. Exactly same. We're exactly same. This is the truth of the universe. This is the truth of the universe. See, oneness. So if you can realize, if you can just realize who you are, you'll be able to save everything. Everything. Not only the human being, but all the things, just everything. Okay, that's much doing that is so human, so fantastic, a marvelous student. Okay, the way to save us from the illusions suffering is the will of the good. Okay. If you are honest to yourself, okay. Then, as I just mentioned, you really, if you sincerely just want to realize who you are, as I many times mentioned, doing that doesn't age, doing doesn't age. See, just become as it is. See? The more you do that, the more you just eliminate. You'll be able to just eliminate thinking also. See? And you're separate from a thinking. So then all of a sudden, eventually you just become as it is. See? As it's no separation, just one. See? That's much you do. That you can do it. You can do it. But in a sense, if you just think about a human being, if you just care much about other human being, it's a totally difficult to do it. But don't worry about that. You can do it because this and you've already Buddha itself. You are already Buddhism. This one just clarifies you are Buddha itself. So you don't need to worry about that. Simply do something. Here is a kind of a goddess and no goddess. Okay, Tobu-san is in that. Okay, Tobu-san, one square meter space is enough. If not, half. If not, half. Okay, a kind of a round question. If not. Okay. Okay. Kind of, no, doesn't matter. Then you simply just set. Then setting the zazen. What the zazen is, whatever thinking or thoughts come out in your mind. See, without any reason, come out of mind. Simply just release them as it is, as there. See, that is totally enough. Then only 1 square meter space or half of its space become whole universe. Congratulations. So that's what you do. Hi, thank you so much.